Okay, to get ready for this workflow, what you'll need is two things. You'll need a displacement map based upon your character put into a square texture. Also, you'll need a color map. Same. You could take your displacement map. Here I have a displacement map, and here I have my color map. Here I have flat color. Also, I'm going to prep my document. I'm going to take the range down on my gradient, and that's it. So what I want to do is burn all the details from here to this. I'll take this and I'll do a crop and fill and zoom out. Next, let's get some tools. I'll need a 3D plane. Click and drag it out. Hit edit. Make it a polymesh. Go to geometry. Turn off smooth. Go to UV map. Make it a 2048. This should mimic the same as your 2048 texture that you have in the background. And do a UV planer. Hold shift to lock it in position. And then go down to texture map and launch that into that geometry. Okay, so now let's take the document, the layer, and clear it. Double click scale. Voila. Okay, now over here under the displacement map, let's take this and do rock alpha. Here I'm going to up my intensity just a skosh. Sometimes it's better to type the value into this because it is very sensitive. Also, I'm going to go over here and change my material to something that understands the bumps. As you can see now, one's just a little bit too harsh. There we go. That's Fast Shader 5. Now, I can use any material. Let's say I want to use this material right here, the ugly clay material. Here's this one. Ooh, psychedelic. And this will work with any material. So that's how you burn detail into your material. Now, how do I get it out of the engine? Well, here's how you do that. When I get done messing around with that, incidentally, you can use the intensity slider to change this. You can use the materials. You can use this alpha. You can blur it out a little bit, or noise, or intensify it a little bit here. You can up the contrast ratio, and it'll affect this. You can go into materials and change all these different attributes on the material, and it will change this. So keep in mind, this is a very broad thing that you can use and adopt into many different scenarios. Okay, so when you get done with it though, that's when you go to texture and then you do a grab dock. Then you could take this and just export it out as your TIFF. For this, I'm going to over topple my color TIFF. And I'm going to make sure I picked TIFF. So back in the Blender game engine, you can see that I've already mounted that, but just keep note that that changes a lot of things within this actual model, because now there's things that you might not want to be mounted in here. So the color map, all I did is do a reload on that, and I did that by going into the texture, and I did the color, and I just hit reload. As long as I had the same name, it just toppled over the top of it. And here's all the rich detail. So was once a 4 million model, 4 million polys, is now a mere 1,535 with all the detail. Alright, again I want to thank Joseph Drust for that, and I hope you're alright for me adjusting your workflow a little bit to match the 3.12b ZBrush. And if you're unfamiliar about what I'm talking about, Joseph Drust actually came up with the original workflow here, and you can view his video at pixelogic.com within the ZBrush classroom. Alright, thank you, and again, my name is Jason Welsh. Have a good one.